to be talking about protein and the benefits of incorporating protein into our daily diets. There are three main benefits to eating protein. Number one is that it aids in muscle health. Number two, that it offers key vitamins and minerals. And number three, that it aids in satiety, or helping you feel full for longer. So today we have a wide variety of options that I'm going to talk about, and there's really two categories to talk about. One is the animal-based proteins, and the other are the plant-based proteins. The animal proteins have those essential vitamins and minerals like iron and B vitamins. And plant-based proteins have a little bit less of that and more fiber. So if you eat from a variety of protein sources, you can really get a lot of great benefits from protein. We recommend 2 to 3 servings of protein every day, and I'm going to give you some ideas of ways to incorporate those into your diet. So I have a lot of different products in front of me, and there's definitely, this is not everything you can choose from out of the protein foods, but just to give you a few examples, let's first start out over here on the animal-based proteins. So eggs, these are really nice and really easy to prepare. They are a great source of iron and B vitamins, just like any other meat protein. And these it really depends on how you prepare them, but they can be a really great protein option. If you're going to cook them in oil or even hard boil them. Hard boiling a bunch at one time, maybe a dozen at a time, and then having them set for the week would be a great snack or an easy breakfast, or making it into an egg salad and you have egg salad sandwiches for the week. So that's really nice. And they're definitely a cheaper option compared to some of the other protein options, so that's certainly a benefit. I have a few different meat cuts here, ranging from poultry to seafood to beef and pork. So starting off here, I have some chicken. This is just skinless chicken breast, and you definitely want to look for skinless when we're looking for leaner options, because without the skin takes out quite a bit of that fat. And so grilling or broiling, roasting any of these would be great for a preparation that's a little bit leaner as well. Definitely season it how you like, and these can be incorporated into just as its own as a main dish, or you can also cut it up into a salad, incorporate it into tacos, all kinds of things like that. I have a salmon here, just a salmon fillets, which already look pre-seasoned, which is kind of nice if you're not into mixing your own seasonings. But these, again, would be great to just throw on the grill or throw in the oven. And fish is a really great thing to incorporate into your diet because they have the omega-3 fatty acids, and those are especially important for heart health and brain health. And they also, for those who have high triglycerides, it's been shown that omega-3s do benefit quite a bit with triglycerides. So incorporating a couple of servings of fish into your diet every day is a really great idea. Another way to do that, if I'll jump over here into the canned briefly, I have canned tuna here. You can also get canned salmon. Both of those would be great as well. Another quick way to incorporate more of those healthy omega-3 fats. And canned tuna, I'll talk a little bit more about how to better prepare that to make them a little healthier, but that's another good fish option. Now jumping back over to these raw meats, I have a boneless pork top loin chop, and so this is a great lean cut of pork. Definitely look for some of the leaner cuts of meat so that you're eliminating some of that added fats right off the bat, or trimming the fats definitely helps just to keep the meats a little bit leaner. And then I have over here ground turkey. This is an awesome option. Turkey and poultry in general tends to be a little bit leaner, so if you wanted to make turkey burgers or make like any kind of a turkey casserole, something like that, you can just sub in turkey instead of ground beef. Otherwise, if you are going to use ground beef, look for a leaner percentage. So look for less than 90%, especially even 95% or less is really great to look for less and less fat in those meats. And then, so I think that, and then I forgot about this, my tilapia fillet. So that would be another easy, quick way to get some of those omega-3s that I talked about with this seafood. These come in individual packaged fillets, and they're really great because they keep, in the freezer. I guess any of these do really, but keep them for whenever you're going to use them, and then just throw them in the oven or on the grill, and those are a nice option, quick option for you. Then we're going to move on to a couple of different plant-based proteins. So tofu is one that maybe not so many have worked with. And you may have even had experiences with tofu where you weren't really a fan of it. The trick with it is that it tends to be, it's kind of a plain flavor. In fact, it really doesn't have much of a flavor at all on its own. However, it can be awesome in certain dishes if you saute it. Kind of a classic is chopping it up and throwing it in a stir fry. Definitely if you're going to do that, marinate it, and so it'll really soak up those flavors, season it a lot, and that'll really help. It kind of just takes on whatever flavor that you want it to have, which is kind of nice, and it does offer that protein that comes with tofu. And then we have nut butters here, and also just plain nuts. These are a great snack just to take on the go. Same with peanut butters, just to add on to any piece of fruit or crackers and things like that. A great source of plant-based protein. The important thing to remember with these is the serving size, because they can be pretty high in calories once you eat quite a bit of them, just because they also have some healthy fats in them, which is good, but the portion sizes you've got to watch out for, otherwise the calories will add up pretty quick. So this, for the plain nuts, it's going to be a 4th cup serving. For any nut butters, it would be 2 tablespoons. So keep that in mind when you're eating any of those types of products. Definitely a great option, but just watch how much of them you're having. And then I have beans here. These are 2 different kinds of canned beans. Also notice there's no salt added in both of these, which is a key thing to look for. Either a reduced sodium or no salt added canned option is great, because otherwise they tend to be pretty high in sodium just to keep things preserved. So if you can find those options, definitely go for those. If you can't, another trick is to drain it in the sink and then fill it with water and kind of shake it up and then drain it again. So you're rinsing out some of that salt. So that's another great way to just get rid of some of that salt and make it a little more heart healthy. Another option that I didn't have here is dried beans. And you can buy these for a little bit cheaper in bulk. The only thing with those is if you're going to prepare them kind of the traditional way, it's best to soak them overnight, and then you can cook them just as you would regular canned beans. But it does take a little bit of preparation, so that's something to keep in mind. But if you're trying to watch the budget, that's another great option to get some of that protein and not have to break the bank for it. And then lastly, it looks like we have a veggie burger. This is a spicy black bean burger. There's all different kinds of veggie burgers out there now. Black bean is a really great one, but there's, again, all different varieties. And these have the beans. They a lot of times have tofu in them and all different kinds of veggies thrown in. So they're really healthy, and they honestly taste really good. A lot of them, I feel like these companies have gotten better and better at making meatless options taste a little more meaty and savory. So definitely give a lot of those different varieties a try. If you want to be adventurous and try a new kind of protein, I would definitely encourage that. So this is a pretty big list of protein foods. Definitely, I would encourage you to explore some new options if you haven't already. And thanks for joining me. We'll see you next week.